Hi and welcome to The Singer's Piano, where we talk about everything to do with piano, vocal and songwriting for self-expression and healing. Now, in this week's lesson, I want to talk to you about how we can improve our left hand. So maybe you are quite an experienced piano player, maybe you're a classical piano player, but you want to do more improvisational playing around chords and you're kind of stuck with octaves or you're stuck with fifths and you're looking to improve your left hand. Well, today I want to share with you about what I call passing notes, and really it's a way in which you can get a groove in your left hand to not only amplify your message but also to make your piano playing more dynamic and also just to kind of get the groove. So we're currently going to play Hotel California in its original key, which is in B minor. So we're going to start by learning the scale. So we have the B, the C sharp, the D, bringing our thumb underneath to the E, then the F sharp, the G, the A, and then back to the B. Now it's crucial that we understand the scale because that is where we're going to be taking the majority of our notes from in the left hand. So let's just practice that scale one more time. Now when we're playing Hotel California, what I like to do is to take the left hand and we're going to kind of improvise around that scale, but also around the chords. So we're going to currently sit on our right hand and we're going to sing the song using solely our left hand. Now we're going to start first of all with simple octaves or fifths, but then I'm going to show you how we can increase that groove with other notes within the scale. Okay, so the first thing goes, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colores rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. Had to stop for the night. So as you can see there, I'm literally playing either the root note, the fifth, or the octave. Now what we're going to do is we're going to keep the fifth or the octave, but we're going to add a little variation of the rhythm. So listen to this. On a dark desert highway, cool winds in my hair, the warm smell of colores rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. Had to stop for the night. So you can hear we're starting to add some as within the rhythmic pattern, but we are still doing the roots, we're doing the fifth, and we're doing the octave. So maybe you have got that far and you're like, well, how do I get even more groove? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to replace some of those notes, those fifths and those octaves, with notes within the scale, but also within the chord. So let's go back to the B minor. So we have the chord of B minor and we're playing the B in the bass note, yeah? And then what we're going to do is with our left hand, we're going to work our way up to that F sharp. So it may say something like this. So we're actually doing a broken chord as our left hand for that. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, the warm smell of colores rising up through the air. So all I'm doing is I'm literally playing the third of the chord broken up. Now we can also do what we call passing notes, which is either the semitone before or the tone before or the tone after, depending on the scale. So if we were to look at the scale of B minor, and we're trying to aim for that F sharp, we could either play the E before or we could play the G after. Does that make sense? So we're kind of playing the note before or the note after in the scale. So it might go something like this. On a dark desert highway, cool winds in my hair. And then again, we'll play maybe the note after the A. Warm smell of colores rising up through the air. adding a passing note either before or after in the scale. So once we've kind of got that, we have a lot more options with our left hand. We can either do the root note, we can do the fifth, we can do the octave, we can do the note previous in the scale to the note we're reaching for, or we can do the note after. Now, one more thing that I love to do is I like to just play around with the scale and also with the chords. So we might just improvise completely around those chords in the left hand, but keeping that groove. So it might go something along the lines of this. On a dark desert highway, cold wind in my hair, warm smell of colors rising up through the air. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-dum-ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And you can see I'm not using any of my right hand, I'm doing it all with my left hand and my voice. And so that's a really big takeaway that I want you to know, is that you can actually make a song sound really groovy with just your left hand and your voice. Now, you may be struggling a little bit with that at first, so you might just want to first of all start by playing the root note, the fifth and the octave and getting a groove, like doing those and as. Then once you're accomplished with that, then you can kind of bring in those additional notes. So let me just recap what I said before. We want to start by introducing the fifth, the octave, and then also the as in the rhythm. So again, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, da-da-da-da-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. So again, I'm just really playing octaves and playing fifths, but I'm doing the as. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and, or an, a. So if you can do that, the next stage is to bring in the fifth with that. Once you have done that, you can bring in the passing note. So it's either the note before the note that you're trying to reach within the scale or the note after within the scale. And then finally, you can improvise around the whole scale. So listen, I hope that has helped. It will definitely make your piano playing more groovy. And then finally, you're probably asking, well, what about the right hand? It's all very well doing this left hand, but what are we going to do with the right hand? I just simply play very simple chords, or even just like one note. So something along the lines of this. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colors rising up through the air. Da-da-da-da-da-da, ba-dum-dum, ba-dum-dum-da-da-da, ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. So there's really not a lot going on in the right hand, but the key thing is to play the rhythm in between the left hand and the right hand. So you can, again, if you're struggling with that, you can just play one finger, just get that left hand and that right hand together with the voice. And as always, please bring your voice in at the very start, because I see this time and time again when students practice the piano and they don't bring their voice in at the very, very start. And then they wonder why they can't sing and play at the same time. So listen, I hope that has helped. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed this and let me know in the comments how you get on. Until next week, I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.